Hey everybody, Grant here again. One of the things I wanted to share with you today was something I was working with a client on, and he was working to figure out, okay, how do I get to this next point? How do I get to this next level? He also wanted to increase his income, and he didn't feel that he was capable of certain things, or certain things were just outside of his wheelhouse. But when we discussed it further, he'd never really attempted a whole lot. He just saw it as something that he didn't have the skill set for, he didn't have the qualifications for, so on, so on, and so forth. And I had to explain to him that once you get a glimpse of your own potential, you'll never be the same. But the trick is, the only way to see that is to start doing things that you've never done before and to be ready for the feedback that comes with that, knowing full well that you're going to make mistakes, that things are not going to work out necessarily exactly like you planned. You might have business ventures, if you're looking at it from a money standpoint, that don't go exactly the way you want. There were certain business ventures that this one didn't really net me much of an income, but it led me to that one, which didn't net me much of an income, which led to that one, which didn't net me much of an income, which led to that one, which paid dividends over and over and over and over again. And while that last one was great, I would never have gotten there if I didn't start doing things differently. And one of them I might make a couple of sales on, make a couple of bucks on, and that made me think, okay, I can be the kind of person who makes passive income, which sort of led me to the next one. And none of them were big breakthroughs, but I got a glimpse of my own potential that I actually could be that person. Now, a lot of us think, oh yeah, I know I could totally be that person, but it's more of a wish. We don't really see ourselves that way. So what you need to be doing, and this, by the way, I'm talking about with money, but it's applicable to any area of your life. You got to start doing things that you've never done before, putting yourself in different situations, putting yourself around different people in order to get that juice, that opportunity to see things from a different perspective, from a different angle. And that's what's going to allow you to go, wow, you know what? Maybe I am more than the way I currently see myself. Oh, I can actually do this and I can build upon that, but it starts somewhere. Too often people think, okay, well, I make X amount of dollars a year to make 5 times that amount of money passively. I can't do that. I'm not that kind of person. But if you could make just a little bit passively, and from that you build to a little bit more, then you build to a little bit more progressively, that's how you get to that point. You don't have to go from where you are to multimillionaire overnight. Now, granted, we all love to do that, but we usually have too many blocks in our ways that prevent that from ever happening. So what you have to do is you start to work past those blocks and start to see yourself differently, and not to just think that you can do something or know intellectually that, oh yeah, I could be that kind of person. You actually have to prove it to yourself. We follow actions. And your actions, if they're not saying I'm the type of person who makes passive income, or I'm not the type of person who reaches out beyond my comfort zone, if your actions don't say that, you can tell yourself that you are all you want. Nothing is going to happen. So you need to be looking at this and saying, okay, where can I look at things from a different perspective? Where can I do something I've never done before? What part of my life do I want to have greater experiences? And then in that part of life, what is it that I can do that I've never done before? Maybe it is passive income. Maybe you need to look at a side hustle. Maybe you need to find a product that you can endorse from an affiliate standpoint, or something that you can create on some of the different websites and platforms like the Udemy, products that you can actually get for free and sell online. There's a couple of training tutorials I've done some videos on, so go ahead and check those out. You can go to the channel and there's a lot of different product reviews and whatnot, but maybe you need to pick that up and actually start to create something to build upon what it is that you think that you can do. But even if it's in a different area of your life, even if it's, okay, what can I do today that I've never done before in terms of physical fitness? Or what can I do today in terms of things I've never done before in terms of expanding my skill set? Do something you've never done before, and you're going to start to see yourself in a different light. Now, you may have whatever it is you try the first time work and it's fantastic, and that's awesome. More power to you. Keep going, going. You may not. You might try something and it yields little results, or maybe it yields no results, but you did something you've never done. You become the type of person who is willing to try new things, willing to do things you've never done before to get results you've never had before. You have to start to see yourself that way in order to expand. The best way to see yourself that way is to do things and know that it's not necessarily about right out of the gate the amount of money that you make or the immediate results that you have. Can you get results right out of the gate? Absolutely. You absolutely can if you give it enough focused energy, effort, and attention, if you're in the right place at the right time. 100%. Will you every single time? Probably not. Again, I've had a lot of little things that didn't work out the way that I wanted to, but they led me to greater things. And if I had 10 things that didn't work out the way that I wanted and one that did, that one that did pays for those 10 100 times over and then continues to pay. Take this from someone who's had the experience doing this. If you don't do things you've never done before, if you're not trying new things, trying to learn new things, experiencing new opportunities, putting yourself out there in different ways, then you are not going to see yourself as the type of person who does that. And I'll tell you right now, the people who are financially secure, financially independent, they are the type of people who are willing to branch out where they currently are and take some chances. Maybe you purchase something and it costs you $25, $30, and maybe it yields results, maybe it doesn't. Last one I did, I spent about $120 on, but it netted me about $500 so far. Which again, $500 is not a lot of money. In fact, it was only $380 profit, but that was in a couple of weeks. So you never know. There are certain stock options I've bought. I might buy a couple of stock options and they go down in value and I have to sell them off, and I might take a few $100 loss. But then there was a stock option that I purchased, and within a week I made 67%. That was a huge return in like 7 or 8 days, and it made up for the other 3 that I decided to cut and say nope. So again, you might have more losses than you have victories, but if your victories are infinitely more predominant than your losses, well, there you go. I've had times where again, with options trading, that I have to sell, I sell some options and I make 10, 12% on them, which is definitely not bad. Don't get me wrong. I might have had them for 2 or 3 weeks, which is from a percentage standpoint fantastic. But if you have a lot of those, if you win consistently, then you're going to make a ton of money. Again, talking about the stock options, there were so many different things that I've put together, pieced together. Does this indicator? Does that indicator? Does this make a difference? And I lost money on a lot of these things thinking this one would be a good indicator, and it wasn't. But I learned something. I was the type of person who was willing to take that chance and put that out there. And now I can take all that information and I plug it in, and now I getting returns and profits consistently. But I would never have gotten that if I wasn't willing to do something I'd never done before, which is one of the reasons I'm creating a course on that. Again, creating courses, that's something I'd never done before. The first one I ever created, I was not happy with the quality or the this, that, the other. But guess what? It made me a fair bit of money right out of the gate. And if I'd never done that, then I never would have started creating one for the stock options trading, which is going to make a lot of people a lot of money. So keep an eye out for that. So the moral of this is that if you want to get a glimpse of that potential that you possess, you may not even know that you possess, then more power to you. But you got to be willing to do things you've never done so you can see things differently. If you do that, if you're willing to be that person, you have the opportunity to set yourself up for absolutely massive success. So I want to leave that thought with you. Now, if you're interested in this concept, I like to periodically put out some different videos. A lot of the stuff pertains to money, but obviously like this one, it has multiple implications. I also like to review different products and what have you. Some of them are courses, some of them are, from an educational standpoint, some of them are softwares designed to help create passive income, things like that. So if you want to get the feedback on some of those, make sure you click subscribe, click the little bell so you get notifications. I'm taking a look at a couple of them. I actually did one on Blog Niche Tools that I thought was a pretty great product here a couple of days ago. But in any event, like I said, click subscribe and you'll see these different videos as they come up periodically. But I want to make sure that you've got the tools to have the level of success that I feel that you deserve. I mean, you're watching this video, you're interested in that concept, you're interested in becoming more. So start doing these things. Start branching out. I hope you take that to heart. You really decide to do something with it. In any event, I'm glad you decided to check this video out. Look forward to seeing you guys next time.